Hey there, Foundations. I hope y'all are having a great day. Today is Tuesday, March 31st. Just a quick little update on some things from the district and the state, and then an update on what to expect for today's lesson. So first, let's talk about school and what's happening with all of that. So the update is that remember that this is an e-learning week. We talked about that in my announcement video yesterday. And so if you missed that, make sure you go back and catch the update for all of April and what to expect for the month. The other thing that was in the superintendent's basically daily updates that he sends out is that he said that if the governor does issue a shelter-in-place order, again, that's an if, that is not a for sure at this point, there's a continued provision for essential services such as government and state services. Schools, of course, are considered essential with our e-learning platforms, so that would continue. There would be no change in what we're doing or the guidelines and time frame of what we're doing in that sense. They will close facilities except for a select few, and they'll maintain the meals that will go out, and so that schedule wouldn't change. And also the tech support helpline would still be manned, and so that would be available. But the district would basically close most other operations at that point for the shelter-in-place order. The other thing that came out of the email, and this applies more to maybe some of your siblings who might be a senior, it says that there will be now for everybody there'll be a comprehensive academic plan, and the email said tomorrow, so that's now today. And so we'll know more, and I'll give you that in my update for tomorrow if we get that from the superintendent. But it did say, and again, this is what's for the seniors, that all senior coursework must be completed by May 15th. And so, again, if we're in school or out of school, that is the deadline for that. So, that's the update there. For class, I do want to mention that I've looked at the assignments that were turned in today, and there were not many turned in for the now yesterday, 4.6 assignment on point slope form. Please be looking at this. I know I got a couple of emails about tech issues, and I completely understand that and do what you can and getting your stuff by getting to the Wi-Fi sites when you can. But make sure you're using your time wisely, and when you can get to those sites to get your stuff downloaded and uploaded. And if y'all will just reach out to me, that would be the easiest thing for me to know that, hey, I know you're there, I know you're trying to get this done. That would help me know that you're at least making an effort to get these things done, and that would help me in a major way, making sure that I'm not going to be putting in zeros or anything like that for y'all and being like, okay, they have done nothing and they have not reached out. So just make sure you make that contact with me. Again, just let me know that, hey, I'm working on getting it done. I'm working on getting it in. That's the purpose of the wave weeks, okay, that are in there. But just make sure you get a hold of me, okay? So that's basically it. And like I do in every video, stay safe, y'all. Stay home. Don't do anything stupid. The whole point of this is that we get through this together. We're looking, if you're watching the news, and I mean, who's not at this point, or catching on Facebook or Twitter or wherever else you get your news these days, that, obviously our hope is that we do not come out looking like what New York is right now with the explosion of cases. Obviously, South Carolina, Kershaw County was really the first major area to have cases, and we've kind of slowed down a little bit compared to kind of the increase in cases in like Richland County and Charleston County. And so maybe some of the things that we've been doing these last 2 weeks in Kershaw County have been helping to flatten the curve a little bit because we haven't really seen the exponential growth, which exponential growth would have been one of those things that had we not been, school closing for 6 weeks, or maybe, depending on what the governor orders later on, we would have gotten to exponentials this semester. But we'll talk about that in intermediate algebra next year. So yeah, that's it. Make sure you watch the lesson video. Today's is going to be a little bit different. I have a Decimus activity that I want you to complete first, and that is in the notes. The link is there. Do that activity. It should take you about 15 to 20 minutes. don't stress over it if you have some difficulties with it. I don't think it's a hard activity. The directions are very straightforward. I did it myself just to test it out to see what it would ask you to do. There's a lot of dragging of points in it to try and make things parallel. And it kind of goes through a couple steps to get you to understand what parallel means and what that means to the equations of lines. And then jump back to my notes and we'll look at a couple of examples. I've got, I think, 8 examples in the notes that we're going to look at. And so get that done. So obviously today's going to take a little bit more time to get everything done because that Decimus activity, like I said, will take about 20 minutes. And then my lesson video will probably be about 15. And then the assignment will probably take you between 20 and 30 minutes just to do the equation of lines with parallel. Again, it's not a tough assignment, it's just that I think it has about 20 questions on it because I do want you to practice this. And with what I've seen so far from some of you with slope and point slope and slope intercept form, we definitely need to practice using these forms and finding slope and things like that. So again, please make sure you're doing this. I know the temptation's there to do nothing, so just do your best. Again, reach out. My Zoom chat will be open from 11:30 to 12:30 if you need me. Again, I know I've had a couple of y'all try and get in and then you kind of disappear. If you come in, make sure you turn on your camera, make sure you turn on your audio, so that way we can discuss what you need to discuss. And so that's it. I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.